Okay, we're live again. I'm Joshua Kemble. This is my channel. I am an art director. I've been a freelance illustrator and cartoonist and graphic designer for about 20 years and an art director for over 6. And when I'm not art directing, freelancing, or working on graphic design or illustration, I am working on graphic novels like Jacob's Apartment and Two Stories, which are my 2 graphic novels that are out currently. Which I will play trailers for as the stream goes on. And then outside of that, and you should definitely pick up and support. So when you see those trailers, if you enjoy these streams, definitely support my work. Pick up Jacob's Apartment and Two Stories. If you haven't read them yet and you're enjoying the free content on this channel, then shame on you. I'm just kidding. But please pick it up. Pick up those books and you'll find out more about those when you see the trailers. Right now, I'm going to be working on finishing. All right. Jim Lujan said, "Hey, kiddo." Hey, Jim. How's it going? Right now, I'm going to be working on finishing up the flat colors for page 67 of the graphic novel Not Death But Love, the strange supernatural story of Elizabeth Barrett Browning that I'm doing for Turner Publishing. And if I'm able to wrap up my flats, I'd like to probably play one round of Risk, and then I probably have to go get my kid ready for bed and bath time and all that fun stuff. So, but I'll be streaming for at least about an hour, and we'll see how much I can get done in this hour on the flat colors. And without much ado, let's just get into it. So here's where I'm at. You're going to see me pulling up 2 pages, this is the page I'm currently working on. This is the page previous to it with the rendering layer turned off so that I can kind of see the flats, pull the flats from there, and then add it, rocking on it. And then Jim said, "What's your streaming schedule? Still watching them limits?" Yes. Hashtag the stream police. I love it. Yeah. My main thing is what I should be doing and what I should have been doing for the last few months where I wasn't streaming is whenever I'm working on art where I would be working anyway, I would ideally like to be streaming whenever I'm working on my comic. And also because I enjoy playing Risk occasionally, I figure I ought to be probably streaming when I'm doing that as well because it's fun. And it's fun to have the community there and stuff like that. So that's what I am thinking. I am thinking that I will try to stream whenever I'm working on comics. And I'm working on parts of comics like flatting or rendering where it's really easy to live stream and do. When it comes to stuff like drawing, it's a little more intimate and personal, and I think a lot of that I'm going to do off stream. But if it comes to things like rendering and flatting and even roughs and thumbnails and stuff, I think I'll be streaming going forward whenever I can. And then obviously, if I feel like not streaming, I won't. But that's the plan. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And again, as I've mentioned on the last few streams, I don't know why I took such a long break from it. I really enjoyed doing it, and also it's a good use of my time because I'm going to be at the art table anyway, drawing anyway. So why not make content? Why not hang out with people? Because otherwise, I'm just going to have my headphones on, listening to a podcast or something, and working on this beast of a thing. So it's one or the other. It's like either I'm going to be consuming content or generating content while I'm making stuff. So yeah, so that's my thinking on it. And then yeah, and then Jim also said your mama's all right, your daddy's all right. They just seem a little weird. Nice. I like it. Just seem a little weird. That song is so good. That's a good song. Okay, anyhow, anybody who says that's not a good song is wrong. Okay, we were doing Robert's hair before I stopped to get food that my wife kindly ordered us, and it was not healthy food. It was just McDonald's, which Ben was super stoked about because he got a Happy Meal. Let's see here. Okay, we are gonna continue the flats and just kind of knock them out as quickly as possible. This is the least enjoyable process, I think, of the entire process. of doing these comics. It's just like the worst. Yeah. Anyhow, so we are kind of working on this. I'm kind of trying to use Risk again as like an incentive because I really enjoy it. Jim said, "What song is really insanely good?" So he wasn't quoting a song. He was just saying that my mom's all right and my dad's all right. They just seem a little weird. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought that was lyric you were quoting, Jim. I didn't realize you were just dissing my parents. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna rock and roll. But I am hoping to like slam through these. The hardest one to flat, like the backgrounds suck flatting too. But luckily I think I only have like 1 or 2 bookshelves. Because the bookshelves have been the beast that should not be named. But other than that, like it's like Robert is fairly easy to flat. A lot of these are easier to flat. Elizabeth's a little more complicated. To be honest, though, the backgrounds always take forever flatting. And I'm kind of curious about that with Jim too. Like Jim, when you're coloring, you find your backgrounds kind of take longer than your figures, or I'm just kind of curious, like on the work scale level, how that works out. And also I was going to say, I don't know what you're up to, but if you want to hop on stream, you're more than welcome. But if you're kind of enjoying and just kind of in the zone doing whatever you want to do, you don't have to join either. But if you do, give me a heads up and I'll send you a link. And I should mention this again for anybody who might be tuning in. I'm going to do this just as a nerdy brag. That is like not a brag at all, because it's like, who cares? But anyhow, I was on Gary Hodges' channel this morning, and I played Risk a little bit while I was talking to Gary, and while he was doing his awesome convention wrap up of what sounds like a convention that I think a lot of us might end up trying to attend, because it just sounds like a dream convention. It sounds like what you want a Comic-Con to be, and Comic-Cons have not been in a long time. But anyhow, during said stream, I became a master at Risk. I went from an expert to a master because I swept the board and beat a master. And that is how I became a master. Now, that status might disappear, but that's where it's at. And that was a pretty interesting moment. A highlight of my nerdy day. Other than that, like we've had some really interesting conversations on stream so far. We were talking about needing a gang sign, like a gang hand sign for the people in our community. Like a secret handshake kind of thing that will be our community and only our community, and only people who are in the know. And then it can become like a trend, kind of like the Crip Walk or whatever, where people who are completely unaware of the gang that we are will start adopting this thing as like a giant sweeping global trend. So that's another thing that was brought up earlier on streams. And then I'm just working on this thing and trying to flat it and get through the worst part of this page and the worst part of every page, which is flatting. So we're going to get Robert's stuff. Robert has this darker thing going on. So for his vest and his bow tie, we're going to kind of deselect some of those. And we're just blasting through this page. Robert shouldn't take that long. I might have to open up one of the previous pages because I do not know if his wedding ring is showing on the page before this, but we'll find that out in a second because I think that wedding ring on his finger needs to be flatted as well. Do 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 do. Start spreading the news. So here we go. I'm excited about. I feel weird because I think Jim is working on a big project, and I have no idea what Jim's latest is, and my curiosity is extremely piqued to see where Jim goes next. If you guys haven't watched his cartoons, you should. They're kind of amazing and very funny. I forgot a white color fill here. It's a weird thing about Victorian men had like these really high collars. It's a very strange era for fashion. Their pants also had like a really high seam line, which is really weird, or waistline. So the waistline went like really high up on the chest, which is a little strange when you consider it. Like if you see somebody wearing pants that have like a waistline that come, over their entire stomach, that's just like right under their chest, like it's a strange it's just a strange looking place to be, and it's odd that was fashionable at some point. Just like my pants come up so high, it's super fashionable. But I mean, there's different eras and different trends. I'm sure 100 years from now, people will be like, what is with those jeans and the way they had them, Okay. So we got Robert's shoes and his vest and shirt. Now we can let me see if I can find Robert's. Yes. Okay, good. That is good news. There's his ring. Robert's ring. Robert, your ring is done. I don't think his ring appears on any other part. And then we've got to do his jacket. All right. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. What's everybody doing this Sunday? What are you guys working on? What are you doing at the moment? Have you had a good weekend? What have you done this weekend? And do you enjoy flatting comics for free? If you do, let me know. I could always try doing the pitch in the way that people who use art students always do. We're like, I have a life-changing opportunity for you. Flatting my comic books for no compensation at all, but you know what I will compensate you with? Exposure. Exposure, you guys. You can cash it in anywhere. We have Can you guys imagine if there was a world? So this joke, like for anybody who hasn't like followed my streams or like listened to a bunch of illustrators or designers complain about this, I have definitely made known my feelings about spec work and like doing work for free and how you kind of shouldn't do it, right? But it would be fun and often people who are trying to get you to work speculatively and basically get free work from people will often pitch it as like, you should do this thing for exposure. It'll be good exposure for you. And they talk about this exposure as if it's like a giant paycheck. And it's an alluring thing. And usually they'll use, they'll prey on young, early artists and kids straight out of college who don't know any better to like basically use them to get free work out of them. But I was thinking, like, wouldn't it be funny if there was a world that literally just paid people in exposure? Like, it literally just was like, all right, guys, you get 10 exposures this week and enjoy your week. You can cash in your exposure for vacation. You can cash it in for sick time occasionally. But don't forget to pay your exposure tax towards April. Exposure taxes will be due. I don't know, guys. I'm here all week. Is this thing on? I think there's some activity in the chat. So what I want to do is I want to finish up just getting Robert's suit. And then I will catch up with the action in chats. But if you are currently watching and you have joined or are participating in the chats, I appreciate you guys, and I will get to it in like 2 seconds. I will get to your questions or whatever is being said in said chats. And we're going to do this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. I do think I think Dee Dee is saying something about research that she did, and so I'm really excited about kind of digging into her comment because Dee Dee has actually helped with some of the research on this book too, which has been really cool. There have definitely been times where I was having trouble finding references for certain things, and Dee Dee came through like a champ with awesome resources. So I'm always interested in hearing her take on research. Okay. What we'll do right now so I can catch up with the chats, and this is what I do whenever I'm pausing in flat coloring, I will just fill it with magenta because that's a color I rarely am using, and that'll just show me the selections that haven't been filled yet. But we're getting there, guys. We just have backgrounds left now. We have all the foreground figures, and we just have to knock through these boring old backgrounds. Okay. And then Jim was saying Cheap Trick song, Adios Amigos. And then he said, sorry, Siri, it was that song, not what song. And then Paul Pate said, hi, Josh, sitting here working on page 9. Page 9 of what, Paul? I don't know if I found out last time. Page 9 of what? I need to know. Is it what I think it is? If it is, I'm very excited, but I'd like to hear what the page 9 is of. Paul Pate is an excellent cartoonist. I would highly encourage you guys get his Detective Sanchez stories. And okay, Gary Hodges said, I do know something. This is in regard to Jim's new project. He said, I do know something about his next project, and you should be excited. I see how it is, Gary. So you and Jim now are thick as thieves, and I don't get to see what Jim's working on. It's just a secret between you two lovebirds. I know what's going on between you two. I know it, and I'm jealous. Okay. Dee Dee said, okay, Josh, did a little research. This might be in regards to like the really crazy high pant line that would come up to like here. Okay. In Victorian times. Did a little research. Men's belts weren't in fashion until the 1920s, hence the high-waisted pants to stay up, unless they wore suspenders. You know what? That makes a little too much sense. That makes so much sense. And then Gary said, Jim and I have a special relationship. I get it. You don't have to rub it in, guys. Okay? I understand. I get the message read loud and clear. I'm just going to cry to myself to sleep tonight. And tomorrow night. And the next night as well. Okay. Let's get back into flat coloring. Okay, we have this mirror on the wall is in one panel, so that is super easy to knock through. And one way I do kind of get through flatting is I will try to view it almost as like a video game, because flat coloring is kind of like a video game. So you're like, your job here is to just destroy all the to kill all the colors. And the way you kill all the colors is by just filling them in. And I need to do that on the entire page. I'm trying to think of ways, you guys, to enjoy the part of the coloring process that I hate the most. And if I have to gamify it or incentivize it like I am today, where I'm like, hey, maybe if I can get these done quick enough, I can play my coveted, beautiful Risk. So I am really curious. Oh, hold on a sec. I think I might have missed something else in chat. Let me catch up on the chat again. I think I saw something I should have probably seen before. So let me see. No. I think we're good. Oh. Call Jim into the... Okay, I guess Jim is game. Let me send him a link. If anybody else wants to hop on, Gary, if you want to hop on, feel free to let me know. I'll send you a link. Paul, if you want to hop on, let me know. I'll send you a link. Philip, if you want to hop on, let me know. I'll send you a link. I'm just going to say that to everybody. But yeah, whoever is down to chat, Dee Dee, if you want to hang a little bit. Let's see here. So we have, let me put on my headphones too so I can know when if people show up. All right, so we're going to do the rest of this panel. This panel, okay, so there's a lot. Oh, there is one spot I forgot. It's almost like I didn't remember that there is skin on this section. Nice. Dee Dee said, I got a new Jim Lujan coffee mug. Y'all should be jealous. He has amazing coffee mugs. They're really great. I enjoy them. I have to, full disclosure, I had a Swizzle Stick Army coffee mug from Jim Lujan's store that I treasured very much. I drank from it on stream multiple times. And the handle, I broke the handle on it. And so I need to get myself a new Jim Lujan coffee mug. And I need to think about it. Like, which Jim Lujan coffee mug do I want to get? Which one did you get, Dee Dee? I'm curious. It would be fun to hear which one you went with. There are also Corey Kerr coffee mugs. I just wanted to mention that Corey is now selling coffee mugs. And as usual, I have a Society 6 shop, and there's coffee mugs with a bunch of my designs on it as well. So you could have, in theory, you could have, oh, nice. Dee Dee got all that glitters. I love it. Well, Dee Dee endorsed. All right, so we are going to do the shades on the windows. These red curtains. I just called them shades. And they're curtains. I think because I was mentioning Corey Kerr, I said shades because that's the name of one of his cartoons. Oh, and we got a Jim Lujan. In the wild, you guys.
Hey, guys. I'm just in the jungles of Peru right now, but I thought I would pop in. Let me know if you can hear me, because I know the Wi-Fi out here in Peru is kind of wacky. But, hey Josh, how are you?
How's it going in Peru?
Good. Time zone's crazy over here. Hey, before I lose signal here at Machu Picchu, I wanted to just clarify a couple, maybe 3 things. Very important.
Okay, clarify them.
Number 1, I was doing the Cheap Trick pun earlier, and stupid Siri messed up my joke, as it does every single time. Like when I'm on Christopher Runciman's stream, I'll this is a great joke, and I'll say, "Hey Siri, to the chicken crossroad to get to the other side," and it'll type chicken overload inside, and I'm like, and then he's like, he reads it, and so anyway, so that you were right, Cheap Trick on that one.
I also have to I have to admit though, I thought it made for a funny bit, because I could pretend to be like shocked and offended that you were actually talking about my family members being really weird.
You should have stood up and said, talking about my mama, and then like throwing the thing down.
That's true. That's true. Just been like.
That's 1. 2 is I really just logged in to say thank you, Dee Dee, for ordering an All That Glitters mug.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I wanted to thank her. Thank you.
Wait. You said mug, so you have to like say something to the effect of like, this mug appreciates you buying that mug.
Yes. And mug spelled backwards is gum, and I will buy you a pack of gum if I ever meet you.
Yeah, I love it.
And 3, as you can tell by my name on here, I am, and don't worry about Gary and I's special relationship. It's very shallow. It's very passionate and shallow, and
it's a fleeting thing.
The minute our meeting is over, I have to take a shower. I feel disgusted with myself.
Well, that's good. I feel less sidelined. Like I feel like I'm still the main squeeze here. So that's good to know.
It is a pretty hot relationship. I have to admit that, though, Gary. So, anyways, but I was very proud of my Stream Police question, though. I thought that was very good.
That is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Stream Police is a funny idea, actually. I think there should be Stream Police.
I think Christopher Runciman's probably going to jump on that somehow.
Yeah.
Too. So, but I really am glad to see you back on. And I know that you're watching it. Like, it's different. I have a different vibe this time.
Nice.
I think it's gonna be a good thing. So
cool.
If not, we're coming over and unplugging your internet. So
I like it. That's
part of the Stream Police.
That's true.
Yeah.
Stream Police. They need a theme song. We need a Stream Police theme song.
But and then one last thing. I'm gonna go back in because here in Peru, I'm at a coffee shop here at Peru.
Nice. Is it a Peruvian coffee shop? Yeah.
No, ironically, they only serve Colombian coffee here. It's really weird. But when you were talking about coloring, I am coloring my latest project. I wanted to give you some cryptic hints and tell you that on March 1st, I'm going to announce the title. But wait, I'm going to announce it on Patreon.
Nice.
For my patrons. So, and then probably.
Well, that's patronizing, Jim. That's very patronizing of you.
I know. Well, if you would have bought me some Patron, and if you were a patron, I could, But yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then soon after that, I'll let the rest of the world know. But yeah, it's a big project, and I'll let you know it's animated. What else? I animated the first shot of it. Is already animated.
Nice.
And I'm working on the last couple of shots for the first opening scenes of it. I'm almost done.
And by shots, he means like shots of vodka, like
of Patron. Shots of Patron.
Shots of Patron for patrons.
For patrons, for the patron saint, Saint Pat and Ron. So, anyway.
Yeah, and it's like it's voiced by Patron Oswalt.
Yes, yeah, it is, and so if you can, hop on board. Listen, you hear that? I hear a jaguar.
Oh my goodness!
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness! You might need to skedaddle.
feeling hungry like the wolf now. So, all right, I'll let you go. I'm gonna be watching and listening.
You're like, I'm watching you.
I'm watching you, Kemble. Listen, Mr. Kemble. I'm watching you, brother Kemble. But anyway,
that's a great wrestling voice. Brother Kemble, I'm
here,
gonna have
Kemble,
my
this
eyes on
Sunday
you.
at the Forum. I've got my Kremblites behind me, and they're gonna.
All right, Luhan, I'll see you later in the ring. We'll see how you hold up.
Oh yeah. All right, Josh. I love you, man. Talk to you later. Bye.
All right, take it easy, Jim. That was fun. And Dee with the 1999 saying, because you have so much fun guests and streams. Thank you for the super chat. That's awesome. I very much appreciate it, Dee. You are such a supporter of our community and that show. And this show. I really appreciate it. We are going to rock the rest of this, but we are getting so much closer to done with this beast of a page. This page must die, and it's about to die. It's about to be done. I'm hoping that I can knock it out before I have to go bathe my kid. Well, he's old enough to bathe himself now, which is awesome, but I still have to go turn on the bath, get the tub ready, all that fun stuff. So I might have to disappear to kind of do that. And in that case, that'll be around 6:30. And then I'll probably be able to come back on and stream a little bit later, around 9 for a couple hours as well. So my hope to have finished this and hit a game of Risk tonight might be dashed. But only for this stream. I'm guessing that maybe later in the night, it might be a possibility. We shall see, you guys. But I really very much appreciate that, Dee, and I appreciate all of you who contribute and watch the stream and all that fun stuff. And I agree, I have really fun guests on the show because I am really fortunate to have a nice community of pretty awesome artists that are in. I think we all kind of run in each other's circles, and it's a fun community where I think genuinely all care about each other, and so there's that. So yeah. Okay, we've got this going pretty well for the background. I don't know why I decided to do that portion of it. So that's the one thing I'm not going to bulk, because what I want to do right now is probably knock out the chair that she is sitting on. That's going to be the easiest next thing to rule out as as part of the equation here. So I'm going to get this chair out of the way. We'll kind of take the chair out. It almost sounds like I'm just, like we're going to take that chair out. And by take it out, I mean take it out for breakfast or for dinner. Yeah, so I don't know. I am mixed about my feelings about this process. Do you guys have a specific part of the art process that you absolutely get bored doing? Like an essential thing where it's like a really cool after effect, but like the process of it is just such a drag. I feel like that's flatting for me. Although I will say there is something nice about like flatting is not, it doesn't require a ton of thinking for me to do. It's just like it's a very manual task where it's just, I'm kind of able to do it almost like mechanically and not think too much about it. Do. But it was nice to have Jim stop by. I am amazed that he was able to get a solid connection all the way from Peru. That can be a real hard area to get live connections to, you know. And from what I recall, like online, I think that Jim Lujan's net worth is like $3 million or something. So I'm not surprised he's calling from Peru, because I mean that guy is loaded. That's you know what I okay, cool. I'm glad Paul is with me on this. He said backgrounds. I don't like them. Yeah, I agree. Like, not a fan of backgrounds. You have to do them, but oh, backgrounds. All right, guys. We need to write like a artist blues song. Be like, I don't like backgrounds, and like it'll just be a list of all the things we don't want to draw that we have to draw. And yet, I really do like the result. I do. I have to admit, I do enjoy the result. Jim Lujan said lip sync. Oh, and then Philip said, I love backgrounds. That's awesome, Philip. I feel like Philip's got a really strong grasp on backgrounds, though. Like Philip Chandler's channel, if you see it, the first time, I mean, this is a very old video, but he has one of the videos that he did is a really good explanation of just like basic perspective. And I think Philip has a really strong grasp on backgrounds and stuff like that. I enjoy what backgrounds can do for a story. That's the part that I really enjoy about them. I don't tend to enjoy drawing them that much, but I enjoy the kind of, I'm trying to think of a good way of putting it. Like I enjoy the way they're able to kind of put you into a scene, so you're better able to kind of like imagine it. What do we need here? Okay, we're gonna do that table. And then Philip said, that's where I'm a Viking. What? Wait, did I lose something? How are you a Viking? I'm kind of curious. I must have missed a part. That's it is funny to think of Philip. When you say Viking, I just imagine like you wearing a Viking helmet, like the old school Viking helmet with the two horns. Jim said, oh, got it. He said I quoted The Simpsons. Okay. And then Jim said, I love backgrounds too, Philip. Relaxing. I don't love flatting, though. I really don't love flatting. You know what it is? It's like the vegetables, you know, and I can enjoy vegetables. Like they taste really good, but like I feel about backgrounds the way as a kid I felt about vegetables, not as an adult. Because as an adult, I really enjoy vegetables. But as a kid, vegetables just felt like, why do I have to get through these to get to all the good stuff? Oh my gosh. I feel bad. I feel like I'm being complainy. Complainy Mr. Complain Pants is my name today. And we're going to knock through this business. Oh no. I thought I was there. I thought I was there. And now I'm not. Okay. Here we go. You have to get rid of this spot. And I think this whole chunk can go. Kind of want to do the same over here. We're doing the floor now. I have no idea how that part didn't get color filled. There's more of the floor. More of the floor is an interesting rhyme. And we're going to just kind of knock through this floor section. Because who needs the floor? And this is where this like kind of exponential coloring method kind of takes off because it just starts closing out all the different things. Philip said, I guess I had so much training in perspective and I worked in layout by painting, so it's all ingrained in me. Yeah, it makes sense. It's like an expertise you grew. For me, backgrounds were something that just took a while, and I used to avoid them like the plague because I really enjoy drawing characters. And then I had to learn to kind of enjoy backgrounds, but they're not my favorite. But they are so, like, it is interesting because artists who avoid backgrounds, especially comic artists, it's like you're missing a whole element of language that you have to tell the story. Like, there's so much visual cues you can give with a background. And not only that, like, again, backgrounds like really help you to kind of like get lost in an image. I think they help the illusion that this isn't just ink on paper, like it's an actual, character you're looking at. Backgrounds are part of the illusion, Michael. Okay, here we go. And I'm noticing it's already 6 o'clock, so we may not get done with this whole page during this stream. That's okay. That is all right. But yeah, it's fun to I don't know. I don't know if you guys are like this. I know Jim's talked about this before. I feel like when hold on a second. I kind of forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something about something Jim and I talked about recently. And I cannot for the life of me remember it. Oh well. Yeah. I cannot remember it. So I feel like this is definitely like going to be a longer process to get this page done. Oh, okay. I remembered what I was going to say. I feel like sometimes, to me, the best weekend is a weekend where I can just knock out this stuff and focus on it and get it done. So it's been pretty fun to kind of get these things, to have the time to kind of sit and work on comics for a while. As much as like I dislike the flat coloring process or whatever, I do appreciate the time to just kind of sit down and get in the zone. Okay. We have a few things left. I need to get this part. I need to remember to get that chair because I forgot to fill it. I need to correct the fill on the chair on panel 3. I think we're going to go with dark red for this too. So I think that's going to be necessary. And I want to have this go all the way to here. This. And we'll have this part here done as well. And then I think that's all that I need to knock out the floor from the equation. So I'm not going to have to worry about the floor in about 2 seconds, or a little over 2 seconds. So we've got the floor done. We have our floor done here. Have to get the floor out of the way here. I feel like I'm saying floor a lot. So I'm super curious what you're all working on. Dee Dee, what's your latest project? And Paul, you gotta let us know what page 7 of what? Page 7 of what? I need to know. Okay. Let's do this. We're getting there. There is a few things I want to fix. One of them is this chair, which I missed the color fill on up here. Oh, Paul said scroll up, Josh. Okay, so I did miss it. Let's see. Paul said working on page 9. Hi, Jim. Backgrounds don't like them. Scroll up, Josh. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Am I missing the chat? I don't see it. Sorry, Paul. Am I crazy? Unless it's is it a story called Backgrounds Don't Like Them? Okay. He said weird, hang on. So maybe he wrote it and I just didn't see it. Okay. All right, we're going to do the skeletons poll. And what else? Let's see here. Okay, we can start ruling out other things. Oh, nice. Dee Dee said tomorrow I will be doing pan pastels on my stream. And that's the powdery stuff that you did Jim Luhan's grandfather's portrait in, right? That pan pastels is really interesting. I'm kind of curious, Dee Dee, how did you find out about those? How did you find out about pan pastels? Because it's an interesting, for anybody watching this who isn't watching Dee Dee stuff, you should be, but Dee Dee uses this medium called pan pastels, and it kind of looks like the way you apply it almost looks like the way somebody would apply makeup. It's really interesting. Like it looks like a makeup tool that's like dipped in this powder, and then it kind of works like an oil pastel or a pastel, but it's like a really fascinating thing, and it's something I haven't really seen used a lot. So it might have been my first time kind of seeing those in application. And it was pretty interesting, you know? Okay, we're getting there. Just kind of doing the chandelier now. Because, and I'm not going to sing the chandelier song, guys. Don't worry. Because I don't think I'm going to hit that chandelier here. Like, I can't hit that note. You don't want to hear me try to hit that note. Believe me. Chandelier here. That was for all of you guys. I know. Okay. Okay. Dee Dee said, just being around art and craft community. It was recently bought out by Golden. Interesting. And then Paul said, Detective Perez Autotropolis. That means a new Detective Perez book. The Detective Perez books are great. There's 2 out so far. Both are super enjoyable. They're very well written. They're very fast paced. Like they're pretty quick reads. but they're excellently drawn, and I really encourage people to pick up the Detective Perez stories. Also, they're really affordable on like Amazon. So check out Paul Pate's Detective Perez stories. And then, Paul said, send me a link and I will tell you a quick story. Cool. All right. And full disclosure, at 6:30, I gotta have a hard out because I gotta get the bath ready for my kid and stuff. Let's see here. Okay, we got Paul possibly joining in to tell a quick story. Hey, Paul, sent the link on Facebook, and I'm looking forward to you hopping on. Okay, we are getting closer and closer to done with this page, though, so that's good news. So that means that if I do end up streaming tonight, I believe that means we definitely are going to have Risk in the cards. And there's a bit of a pun in that because you use cards when you play Risk. But yeah, anyhow, that'll be good. So later tonight, if you guys, again, like I think I've played it once on stream on my stream, once on Gary's stream, the one on my own channel, I got eaten alive by a master player. The one on Gary's channel, I dominated the board and became a Risk master. So we'll see how this last one tonight goes when I'm done flatting this page. However, it's going to take a while to flat this page. You know why? The bookshelf. I think this is why flatting backgrounds is a drag. Like drawing backgrounds is okay. I think flatting them is the drag. I sent you a link, Paul, to Facebook, though. So, Facebook Messenger. Let me make sure I sent it. And then Jim said the public demands Paul Pate to return to Artcasters. I'd love to have Paul back on because, yeah, like I feel like I think I didn't. I don't know if I had read all the Detective Perez stories. The first time we had him on, and it'd be fun to have him on since I've read them because I'm kind of a fan of those books. Like they're a lot of fun. I don't know if Paul's going to get the link though in time, because I do have to be gone at like 6:30. So we'll see. We may or may not be joined. Oh, here we go. We got him. All right, Paul, give me a thumbs up if you're good to go. Okay, we got Paul Pate. Here we go. How's it going, Paul?
Hey, Josh.
How you doing, bud?
I got a new beanbag and I'm sitting in it. It's I'm a mess, by the way. I haven't. Oh my God, my hair. Look at that.
Oh, woo. Hey, look, I'm wearing like a Star Wars beanie because I look homeless today. So don't worry about it. You're in good company.
Oh my God. Anyway, I got a new beanbag to draw in. So
that's kind of cool. I haven't sat in a beanbag in years, man. That sounds kind of cozy.
See how it goes. Look, here's my drawing. I don't know if you can see it or not.
So I have a question about the beanbag. Does it do that thing where like every time you shift, you hear this like?
No, it's foam.
That's good.
I bought it off of Amazon. I got it in a box, and it's still expanding. So,
Expanding Beanbag is a really good band from the 1980s.
Like the memory foam or whatever. It came in a box, and you open it, and it kind of open it up, and it's got to expand.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it takes like 4 or 5 days, but it's pretty much expand. It's still expanding. You see it. Here's the page I'm working on. I don't know if you can see that or not.
I can. Let me try to make it. Hold on. See if I can. Yeah, that's awesome.
Anyway, I wanted to tell you a quick story. I wanted to tell you thanks for always giving me kind words on your stream about my Detective Perez books. So, like I don't know if I've told you this before, but they've started to sell now.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's because of you. So, which is fun, I mean, sell in terms of what they used to sell. They used to sell nothing, and now I get sales. I'd get like real limited sales because I just don't market them or anything. But yeah, I think you've been talking about him so much lately, or back when you were streaming more often. So yeah, so I appreciate that. So my son works at Amazon at a warehouse, and he's been working there for a couple of years, and he got his W-2 forms.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got my W-2 form from Amazon too because of my book sales.
Oh, nice.
So mine was considerably less than his. But...
Okay. I gotta go bathe the kid. I'm sorry. I have to do that now.
Okay.
So
I will tell you thanks for, and it's good to see you on again.
I appreciate that, and I'm glad, I'm glad those are selling too. And anything I can do to kind of help them sell is good because they're really solid books, and I appreciate them and the work you put into them. They're really great, really fun books.
Thanks.
And if you guys haven't gotten them, get them. Thanks to everybody who hopped in the chats and has watched this stream. Sorry I have to go so quick, but I'm like I do have to like bathe my kids, so I will see you guys. I'll probably be back on in like about an hour or so if you guys are still around. And Paul, where can everybody check out? Like if I'm watching this and I'm like,
paulp.com.
Awesome. That's awesome. And thanks to Jim for hopping on too. Dee said got Perez. That's awesome. And then Gary, I agree about this. We got to have Paul. We got to have you back on to talk about Detective Perez because.
Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to talk on Artcasters because the last episode that I watched with the Copeland, I really enjoyed that. All the process stuff that you guys talked about. And it made me think about. I'd like to talk about, my writing and my drawing and show you guys that.
And I feel like it would be fun because I'm a big fan of the books now too. So it'd be fun to like kind of be able to get into the meat of the stories and kind of what you were thinking with the arcs and the characters and some of the tone of it and stuff. So it'd be fun.
Cool. All right,
cool.
All right. Have a good night.
Yeah, thanks everybody for hanging in the stream and hopping in. Thanks Paul for hopping on. Thanks Jim. Thanks Dee. Thank you everybody in the chats. And I will see you guys on the next stream, which will be in about an hour. I didn't get to finish the page, but I will finish it tonight, and I will probably be able to like do maybe some Risk or something like that later tonight. So I'll see you guys tonight if you're still up, and I really appreciate you guys chiming in, and I will see you on the next stream. Bye guys.